Hey, welcome back to After the Episode, brought to you by Line Cutters, the adjustable ring that cuts fishing line. Hey everybody, welcome back to Line Cutters, After the Episode. We're on location, right Theresa?
We are at Johnson Beach.
Beautiful Perdido Key?
Perdido Key, yes.
Perdido Key, Florida, right outside of Pensacola.
We're enjoying the rest of the morning on the beach.
Alright, well let's talk a little bit about this morning. We had some folks with us. We have my buddy Joel from San Antonio and his wife Darcy walking the beach. He was throwing a 6-weight fly rod. We were throwing paddle tails and what else?
I threw silver spoons. I threw my silver spoons, my little one. We were using the L2 to run the baits out.
Yes, L2 fish. When Joel or Theresa or anybody would catch skipjack or something, we would run it out on some bigger rods. And I'm going to show you what bigger rods we were using here in a second. Joel was fly fishing with small clouser minnows, and he was catching skipjacks and bluefish, ladyfish, and baby jacks, and
yeah, he caught all kinds of stuff.
Just a big plethora of species right here in the first gut. It was constant for him with that little clouser, like on a number 6 hook. And when we would catch something like that, it didn't matter really what it was. We put it on a big rod. We had 2 big rods with us, and we paddleboard them out, drop them at about 200-300 yards out, and wait. But we didn't have to wait long, did we?
No, as soon as I would start paddling in, you'd be like,
fish on. We must have had at least 5 burning runs at least. Yeah. And the most epic thing happened.
I came back in, and what were you saying? That you had got bit off?
I lost the prevail.
Well, I looked over, and yeah, then you said you lost the prevail. But by the time I got back in, you had already got bit off when I took that little jack out, or no?
I got broke off, yeah.
Yeah.
Something heavy.
And then he said, oh, by the way, we lost the prevail, and the little sand spike was laying in the ground. Very
so I was really
upsetting.
upset. I lost the pin prevail surfcaster with a 6,000 conflict. Very upset.
Yeah. Then I ran another bait out.
She ran another bait, and
I came back in right away.
I got a run.
It was very sharky.
What'd you see out there?
A bunch of sharks. I went out. The first time I went out, I caught a Spanish. So I took my rod with me the next time I went out so I could catch another Spanish. And I hooked up on something, and I noticed that something was kind of moving around where I hooked up, and it was a little 3-foot shark, and I wasn't too bothered by that. That was, you know, a little 3-footer's okay. But then I looked down, and there were, I don't know, 4 or 5 big sharks under the paddleboard. I was like, well, that's it, I'm done. And I hauled booty in. I'm not staying out there with all them sharks.
Well, that explains why as soon as my bait would hit bottom, I'd get a run. We lost a lot of bait today. Let me go ahead and grab the rods, and I'll show you what I was using. So there wasn't any wind or current today to speak of. I was able to pretty much use any kind of weight I had. The first rig I had, it's just an old boat rig I had. It's a Kuma Convector CV30L, and I filled it full. I went through all my old reels, and I used all the old line down low, 20-pound, half full, and then the second half is like 30-pound spider wire, brand new. So it's loaded, and halfway down I got some orange stuff, so I know when I'm halfway out of line, so I could tell Theresa to drop it, which worked good. Got an old All-Star Gulf Series. They don't even make these anymore. McCain used to own All-Star. This is from back in the day in Texas. On the business end, I was making those spoons out of some, like, I don't know, what was it, 180-pound leader?
It was heavy.
So I just made a bite leader with it, just like a foot long, and put like a 5, 6, 7/0 circle hook, stout circle hook. I think these are like 5/0. And they did their job. They went right to the corner of the mouth. And then I would do about 4 or 5 feet of 60-pound fluorocarbon for a shock leader for tail whips. And then since we didn't have much current, I just used the egg sinker on this one. And then I just tie a big old surgeon's loop to stop the egg sinker from going this way, so I don't have to put another swivel. And then I tied it to my main line, and that was my bait running rig. Now you can't cast this, but Theresa could run this on the L2 paddleboard.
Way out there.
Way out.
Way out.
And I have plenty of line, so she could go. And this little egg sinker is basically a Carolina rig, and the egg sinker will stay down, and it can run the bait a little bit before it feels the weight. My other rod was more of a surf caster style. In case I couldn't run baits, I could at least throw this rod. And what I've got here, this is the rod that the shark pulled in. I looked over, my PVC was on the ground, and the rod was out to sea, so it was lost.
Rod was gone.
And Yeah, we ended up snagging it with this rod and getting the line, getting the rod, and fighting the fish. It was awesome. That was like, how much later? Half an hour later?
It was a good while
It's
later.
a long time later.
Yeah.
This has got a 6,000 pin conflict. It needs to be washed. It's been sitting to go for half an hour. I got like tons of 20-pound braid full. This is a Pin Prevail 17 to 30 pound braid, 01A17BK, 8 foot Prevail. Pin Prevail 8 foot. On the business end, I actually had a pyramid sinker, which is the best thing out here in the soft sand. It sinks right in. Once again, a short bite leader, 6 or 7/0 hook this time, circle hook. And then I have like a 60-pound 4-foot section of fluoro for that to travel up and down. And that's it. And then of course we had our small 3000s throwing gotcha plugs and spoons and just jigs, whatever, paddle tails, catching all the bait fish. That's how we did it. The sharks were extremely thick. As soon as it would hit, even just a cast out there with the surf rod, they were whacking it. They were in the first gut, second gut, third gut. So that's pretty much it. That's a day at the beach.
It was a blast. They were blowing up all over the place.
Lots of Spanish, toonie.
I saw 2 or 3 stingrays launch. I saw a spinner shark when I was out there dropping bait once. I took my spoon and caught a Spanish out there.
On the paddleboard.
It was a blast.
Fall's a great time. If the crowds are low, the bite is on. I love taking people out here to do this. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you to our newest Patreon, Storms. Thank you.
Thank you, Storms. Yeah, thanks to all the Patreon, and thanks for clicking on the 30 Mile Out links to Amazon below, because that helps support the show as well. Thank y'all very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You've been watching Line Cutters after the episode. I like this one.
I like you too. You're all right.
Get a room.